So my grandma came over the other day and she brought this cake. She absolutely refused to take the leftovers home with her, so I decided to make something special out of it for next time when I saw her. One of her favorite things ever in the world is cheesecake, because it's what her and my grandpa used to get when they'd go for coffee. I made a cream cheese mixture by combining sugar and cream cheese. I took a small amount of my cake mix, flattened that into a disc, added a cream cheese and a raspberry to the center, and started pinching and rolling that to form a nice smooth ball. I melted down my chocolate until it was nice and smooth and glossy, popped in my cake balls, rolled them around in the fridge again to set for another 20 minutes. They turned out so good, but apparently the reason she didn't take the cake with her is because she doesn't even like mud cake. But more for me then. Don't forget to share this with someone you'd make these with, and I'll see you in the next video.
Did someone say cheesecake bites? So easy and delicious. First, we need heavy cream. Mix it until super fluffy. Adding vanilla and powdered sugar. I forgot to film it. Sorry. Putting that aside and microwave your cream cheese until it's soft. Then we mix it in the mixture. Ooh, this is about to be delicious. Mix, 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 and should look like this. And now we're moving on to the waffles. Yup, that's gonna be our base layer. How creative. Smash it down, and the spoon wasn't working, so I went to the next step. Once it's super tiny, add some melted butter, and we mix, mix, mix until it should look like this. First layer. Honestly, so proud. Should look like this, and the cream cheese layer. Guys, stunning. Should look like this, and we wrap it into the freezer and come back for part 2.
Does anyone else's mom eat like a handful of nuts and a cutie? And she's like, yeah, I'm finished. I'm done for the day. It's like 4 p.m. and I'm like, can we have lunch? And she's like, you're not stuffed from that clementine? No, Mom, I need a real meal.
Let's make chocolate strawberry cheesecake pasta. Add some strawberries to a baking dish, sprinkle liberally with sugar, add a splash of vanilla extract and a pinch of salt and stir to combine. Arrange the strawberries on the outside of the dish, then place a block of cream cheese in the center and sprinkle liberally with sugar again. Then bake in a 400-degree oven for about 40 to 45 minutes. Once it comes out, stir it all up to combine. At this point, you can taste the strawberries to see if you need to add any more sugar. Then add some chopped semi-sweet or bittersweet chocolate and stir again to combine. Next, we are going to add our chocolate pasta that we made the other day. It's absolutely stunning, if I do say so myself. Make sure you reserve some of the starchy, chocolatey pasta water and add however much of that starchy pasta water you need until you get the sauce consistency that you like. To serve, top with diced fresh strawberries. Definitely a full-on dessert pasta. Well, would you try it?
If you're a fan of the Chronicles of Narnia, you might have wondered what Turkish delight tastes like and if it's really good enough to betray your whole family for. Start by adding 4 cups of granulated sugar to a pot, then pour in 1.5 cups of water, followed by 2 teaspoons of lemon juice and 1 teaspoon of lemon zest. Turn the heat on high and whisk the mixture until it comes up to a boil. Turn the heat down to medium-high and continue cooking until the temperature reads between 240 and 250 Fahrenheit. Remove from the heat and in a larger pot, add 1 cup of cornstarch, 1 teaspoon of cream of tartar, and 3 cups of water. Turn the heat to high and whisk frequently until the mixture comes to a boil, then lower the heat to medium-low and continue whisking until it thickens. Now you can start to add the sugar mixture gradually, making sure to whisk in between until all the sugar has been added. The mixture needs to cook on low heat for about 45 minutes, stirring frequently, and you're ready to add your flavoring. We went with vanilla, but rose water or orange are also popular choices. You can also add some red food coloring to get this lovely shade of pink. Pour the mixture into a greased and lined 8-inch baking dish, then chill overnight. The next day, strain powdered sugar and cornstarch through a sieve, then mix and sprinkle a small handful over the set sugar mixture. Remove from the pan, sprinkle the other side, and slice into bite-sized pieces. You're now ready to serve. No family betrayal required.
Have you ever tried a dessert wrap before? For this one, I added Biscoff spread and Biscoff crumbs, followed by Nutella and Oreo crumbs. Then I added marshmallow fluff and toasted it, followed by more Biscoff spread and Oreo crumbs. Fold it up, then pop it in the sandwich grill. Mine kind of overflowed, but I saved it and toasted the edges because toasted marshmallow is everything. It was so good. Would you try this?
One of my twins had to bring a sweet item for his class party, so I decided to make something that was cheap, quick, easy, but really effective. I put some caramel popcorn in the bottom of the box, and I bought this like cheap supermarket, glazed donuts, and they were kind of a pastel color. These really cute gingerbread men, which I had to put in the box, even though they weren't pastel. And then to sort of tie it all in together and actually add just more sugar and deliciousness, I bought these like little European candies. The strawberries were so delicious, but I picked all the ones that were a pastel color, and then I kind of scattered them randomly throughout the box of caramel popcorn. But I feel like it's every kid's dream to open a box like this at your class party. It smelled so good, and teachers, sorry not sorry for jacking the kids up on sugar.
Not to toot my own horn or anything, but this coffee cake is actually perfect. Start by combining a 1/2 cup of brown sugar and 1 teaspoon of cinnamon. Then to make the streusel, lightly mix 1 cup of flour, 1 cup of brown sugar, a half teaspoon of kosher salt, 4 teaspoons of cinnamon, and a half cup of cooled melted butter with a fork. It should look something like this. To make the pound cake, cream together a half cup of softened butter with 1 cup of sugar. Then add 2 eggs and some vanilla and mix. Then add 2 cups of flour, a half teaspoon of kosher salt, 1 teaspoon of baking powder, and 1 teaspoon of baking soda. Then mix together 1 cup of sour cream and a half cup of buttermilk and add that to the batter. Mix everything until well combined and spread half the batter in a lined baking tray. Sprinkle over the cinnamon sugar, add the rest of the batter, and top it with the streusel. Bake it at 350 for 32 minutes, and that's it. The full recipe is on my Instagram. I hope you try it and let me know. I know buttercream is basic, but this is how I make one I actually like. So to start, I'm just going to use a half cup of room temperature unsalted butter and just beat that on high for like 5 minutes. Then I sift in 2 cups of powdered sugar and mix it slow to incorporate, then I beat it on high for another 5 minutes or so. Then I go in with some vanilla extract and kosher salt for flavor and mix. If it's too thick, I'll add a few teaspoons of heavy cream and mix it well again. Now would be the time for some food coloring, then whip it again for another few minutes. That's it, the full recipe is up on my Instagram. I hope you try it and let me know what you think.
Here's how you make Oreo dorayaki or Dora cake. You'll need to start by separating the chocolate cookie from the cream filling of 14 Oreo cookies. Add the chocolate wafers to a blender, then pour in 80 milliliters or 1/3 of a cup of milk and 1 egg. Blend on high until the mixture is very smooth and chocolatey. Transfer to a bowl, then mix in baking powder. Once the powder is combined into the batter, cover and let rest for 10 minutes. In the meantime, prepare your filling by adding 2 large scoops of buttercream frosting to the Oreo filling. Blend the cream and frosting together with your electric mixer until very smooth and creamy. Start heating a non-stick pan over medium-low heat. Don't add any oil or fat to the pan since we want to have a really smooth finish on the outside of the cake. Once a lot of bubbles have formed on top, it's time to flip. Cook for about another minute on the other side, then repeat this for the rest of your batter. To assemble, take a large scoop of the filling and spread it evenly on the underside of one of your cakes. Make sure to leave some space around the edge because next you're going to place the other cake on top and gently press all around the edges to seal it. The best way to serve this is cut in half so you can see the layers of chocolate cake and creamy vanilla filling.
My sister is having her gender reveal tomorrow. She gave me the letter with the gender results a month ago. I lied that I hadn't opened it yet, but I opened it the day she gave it to me. I've been lying to everyone who's asked me, ha 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 ha.